Welcome in, everybody. I'm Max. Delighted to have you with us here tonight here at Ball Arena. This is going to be a very intense matchup here, like all the matchups have in this series. The Stars trying to take a 3-1 series lead, going home to Dallas for a game number 5 that could potentially end this series. Or can the Avalanche tie this series, guarantee a game 6 here back at home, and have it leveled going to Dallas in game 5? The question is, can they do it? Both sides. I am Max. Thank you for tuning in tonight as the Stars and the Avalanche are about to be underway here in game number 4. And we've had some thrillers in this one. Game 2, Colin Blackwell with the OTGWD, and he made it a 1-1 tie in the series with the overtime goal. And then on Wednesday night, about to be Thursday morning, Tyler Seguin made it a 2-1 series lead with a 2-1 overtime win. The question is, do we see overtime again in this series? Because all the games, or most of the games of this series, have gone into overtime, and it's going to be a crazy one for sure. And we got in some news that for the Dallas Stars, Miro Heiskanen will not be playing tonight again. He is getting closer, as Pete DeBoer said, but the question is, can they get him back for game number 5, regardless of this series being tied or not? We will see. Out of town scoreboard, the Lightning make it a 5-1 win against the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, and are now in the series. And now they have gotten back in the series, and they really needed that for sure, as they were looking like they were dead in the water. But they got it done, and they will have some life in this series. And Toronto and Ottawa are actually in overtime, are about to be in overtime right now. So that'll be interesting to keep a watch on, and we will see what will happen there in Ottawa. See if Ottawa can force it to a game 5 back in Toronto. They're down 3-0 in the series. Vegas won in overtime over Minnesota, and that almost went into double overtime. Bad turnover there. And yeah, question is for the Avalanche, can they get their power play working out, as they had just not been good on the power play so far in the series. They were 0 for 6 in game 3. The Stars just trying to stay disciplined in this one and try to win a game 4, try to go up 3-1 going back to Dallas for a game number 5 back at American Airlines Center. The question is, can they do it? We will see, as we'll be right back. we are back, everybody, here at Ball Arena. Game number 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals. The Dallas Stars leading it 2-1, and the Avalanche looking to come back and tie the series. The Stars trying to take a 3-1 advantage in the series, going home to potentially eliminate the Avalanche on their home ice. Can they do it? Can the Stars take a 3-1 series lead? No one in the National Hockey League this postseason already has not taken a 3-1 series lead, although Toronto has taken a 3-0 series lead. They could sweep the Ottawa Senators tonight, but can the Stars go up 3-1 over the Colorado Avalanche? That is the question upcoming here in game number 4. The Avalanche fighting for their lives in the playoffs. The Stars trying to go up 3-1 here at Ball Arena. It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
My name is Ashley.
And this is going to be very interesting to see what the outcome of this game will be. Stars, a huge game for them for sure. And this is going to be a good one for sure. This is going to be a classic. I mean, all the games in this series have been just very, very tense, stressful, and I guess you could call this whole series stressful. Any series is stressful, but man, oh man, has this one lived up to the expectations for sure. Oscar Beck is not in the lineup here, so Maverick Bourque has not played since game number 1. He'll draw back to the lineup on the 4th line for the Dallas Stars. And the Avalanche have changed up their power play unit, now having Landeskog on the top unit, as the Dallas Stars and the Avalanche are taking onto the ice right now at Ball Arena. Game 4. Stars, Avalanche.
It's
Crowd
now time
here
for tonight's
is
starting lineup for your
Colorado. Get a home win, or will the Stars get a road win?
Straight game of this
And
thundering.
we'll see. Stars, Avalanche, game 4. Stars with the advantage in the series. Can they get it? Landeskog is starting on left wing. Second game back from his injury that has put him out since when he won the Stanley Cup with the Avalanche. The Islanders are going to be starting in net, obviously, for tonight's game. Brock Nelson's in the lineup, too, for the starting lineup, centering it. And this will be interesting to see for sure. Landeskog, Manson, I believe Gerard and Manson are starting. So it looks like the Landeskog, Nelson, Nichushkin line, and then both the second line and then the second pairing will start off the game tonight for the Colorado Avalanche. And Rantanen is on the line with Hintz and Granlund alongside Ceci and Lindell. The top lines for Dallas in the defensive pairing and on their forward
winner
line says
once again.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure. The anthem's about to be coming up right now.
Again.
As Mackenzie Blackwood is in net for the Avalanche.
It's announcer Reed Saunders.
Now to the PA announcer,
please
Reed
stand
Saunders.
and join us for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed this evening by Amanda Hawkins.
Oh, say, can you see the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Amanda Hawkins with the national anthem here in game number 4. The Stars and the Avalanche about to go underway here. 81 saves for Ottinger off of 89 shots faced, a .910 save percentage. Blackwood, 84 saves on 91 shots, a .923 save percentage. And see if the Stars can get a 3-1 series lead going home to Dallas. That'll be big for this Dallas Stars squad that doesn't even have Miro Heiskanen and Jason Robertson in the lineup, as Robertson looks like he's not going to be returning or not going to even play this first round series if the Stars do advance, obviously. It's going to be Rantanen, Hintz, Granlund, Lindell, and Ceci versus Landeskog, Nelson, Nichushkin, Gerard, and Manson. Hintz and Nelson on the face-off dots. They're centering both their respective lines. A little bit of delay, and Rope Hintz wins the face-off. We're underway in game number 4. Lindell picks up the puck in his own zone, clears it off the boards, out to the center line, and Nelson will pass it across for Landeskog, moving in on the outside. Circles back and waits. On his backhand, on his forehand, poke checked away. Still in the corner where Landeskog gets it again. Fiddle to the front of the net, and Ceci will move it up. And Granlund will flip it up into the air. Rantanen trying to knock it down, could not. And he'll go for going back into his own zone, and he steals it away from Brock Nelson. Mikko Rantanen the other way, 1-on-3. Trying to center it. Deflected off a stick out in front. Nichushkin moves it up for the Avalanche and will backhand it in on goal, saved by Ottinger. Labushkin passes it across to Harley. And he tried to drop pass it for Ben at the point. Intercepted by McKinnon, but spurted into the middle. And it's Harley now, a minute into game number 4. Stretched it up off the stick of Wyatt Johnston through the middle. And Taves will intercept. That'll be taken away at center again. These stretch passes have not connected so far in the hockey game. A minute and 15 into the contest here in game number 4. Marchman trying to steal it away from Kale McCarr on the back check. Drouin had some trouble with it. Marchman gets it out to the center line where it's sent back in again. Over the head of Ottinger, Lindell will get it away from the slot, and a tough angle shot off the outside of the net. Kiviranta along the boards. Sagan trying to get it out. He will. Sagan pushes it up into the zone, got the overtime winner in game number 3. So the Stars got a 2-1 series lead due to that goal, set up by Mason Marchman and Mikko Rantanen with the assists. That's going to be an icing here on the Avalanche, so they cannot switch their lines. They cannot change. 18-0-9. Dallas under Pete DeBoer, that was the first time winning, or in general, first time winning consecutive playoff games in overtime. Which, I can't believe that took that long for Dallas to win consecutive overtime games in a playoff year. Off the face-off, won by the Stars. Petrovic passed it, shot, deflected wide of the goal. Petrovic gets it again at center ice, passes it back for Bischel. This is the Texas Star defensive pairing that they had down there in Cedar Park. Drop pass, Petrovic, Rantanen, save! What a setup! And he was denied by Blackwood. The other way comes Lehkonen. He lost the handle, he's in, he shoots, and he got a piece of it. It was Ottinger who got a piece of it off the save. Taves the other way, drops it off. It's offside, I believe. And a huge save by Mackenzie Blackwood and Jake Ottinger early in the hockey game as the shot to 2-1. Hintz just cutting in, Rantanen dropping it off, and then just nice setup there by the top line of the Dallas Stars. Petrovic getting onto the rush as well. And then a stretch pass. Lehkonen had actually lost the handle. Oh! But he had some room as Ottinger was just hugging his post, and it had left that other side wide open, the far side wide open. And maybe Ottinger got a piece of it. Maybe grazed off the post a little bit. But good chances overall. Sent back in by Manson. Off the boards. Blackwell can't clear it out. And now on a second attempt, it is cleared out to center ice. No icing here. No, wait, they say it's icing. That was weird. It looked like they waved it off, and then instead, they called it. That was odd. Jared Bednar, Colorado, 6-10 series record all time when trailing 2-1. So that's a kind of unfortunate for the Avalanche side of things. McKinnon is out here with Lehkonen and Natchez. Makar and Taves. This is the big boys on Colorado against the fourth line of the Dallas Stars. And then the second power play, your second defensive unit for the Dallas Stars, Harley and Labushkin. Stars won the faceoff, comes to the front, Lehkonen save! It squirted to the front of the net. Natchez goes back to the point, Taves. A shot from distance was blocked away. To the corner it goes, Stars trying to get it out. Blackwell, who scored the overtime winner in game number 2. Bork had it stolen away off his stick. This is his first game back since game 1 when the Stars lost 5-1. Labushkin, Lehkonen stole it away. Harley. And now it's Blackwell who clears it out. Stretch pass for Ben. He never got the shot away, and it was poked away by Cale Makar, who steals it away. Good defensive play there by Cale Makar. Pass slowed down on Nelson, and Makar will go back to the point for Girard, looking, shooting, deflected just wide. Makar gets it again. Close chances by the Avalanche. Girard trying to stretch it up through the middle. If it's touched up, it is an offside, but it wasn't. Nichushkin drops it off. Landeskog. His pass was blocked by Marchment, but dropped off for Girard. Centering pass. Nichushkin never got the shot away. Malinsky. Now for Girard, spinning on Marchment. Blocked away by Ceci. He will clear it out to center. Marchment trying to get it again at center ice. He will, and will send it back in, but is intercepted by Malinsky and moved up by Gabriel Landeskog to the middle. Drops it off for Nichushkin along the far side. Still with the puck. Deflected into the slot area. Manson pressured from behind by Granlund. Still with the puck on his backhand. Goes back to the point for Lindgren. Goes across in the circle for Nichushkin. Bounced over his stick. And Landeskog will get in the corner, beating Ceci to the puck. Back to the point. Shot through traffic. Miss wide. Lindgren. And it's blocked by Granlund on the far side. And it's cleared out. Rolled out of the zone for the first 4.5 minutes here of game number 4. The Avalanche looking good. Stars being more defensive here in game number 4. And that's how it's been. Granlund was going for a line change. They didn't call that too many men because the other man wasn't on there. As Taves speeds in, dropped it off. Shot and a save made. Kiviranta with the chance. Drouin deflected off Rope. Hintz' stick. Stars can't clear it again. Kiviranta along the boards. Bischel trying to get it free. It's behind the net. Bischel moved it up. Stars will move it up the other way. Sam Steele deflected off Rantanen's stick. And it's cleared out of the zone. Steele can't re-enter as Rantanen was in the zone. It would have been offside. Makar speeding in. Makar makes a move and a save. It might have just went wide. Oh my goodness. He got through and made a move. Blackwell trying to get the puck. Bork will get in the corner. Send it low for Blackwell behind the net. Ben, tough angle shot. Ben shoots, save, rebound. It's still loose and it goes to the corner. Ben. Now Blackwell shoots it, save. Bork on the rebound, wrap around, and it went through the crease. Maverick Bork in his first game back. Natchez went down. Dodonov clears it at the center. Ben will move it up for Johnston to the middle. Deflected into the corner. Dodonov get into the puck. Lindgren pressuring him. Johnston. Rantanen now gets it. On his backhand, now goes on his forehand. Pressured by O'Connor. Rantanen to the front of the net. He gets high stick and a penalty upcoming to the Avalanche. A huge high stick there. Bischel looking. He will just get it out to center. And reset it for the Stars. Matt Duchene. Oh my goodness, it was given up there. If it was not a penalty, that would have been terrible. But a delayed call on the Avalanche, and the Stars are going to go to the power play when we return. Close chances all around, but a huge high stick there, I believe, on O'Connor. And the Avalanche are going to the penalty kill. The Stars to the power play. We are back, everybody, here. 13:29 left to go in the first period. The Stars are going to go into the power play and try to take a 1-0 lead in the game number 4. And they lead the series 2-1. In the first 3 games of the series, Stars power play has been 30%. Save percentage, face-off percentage, and time leading have all favored the Avs. The Stars have only led for 1 minute and 2 seconds in this series. The Avs have 92 minutes and 43 seconds. Power play goals in this series. Game 1, Rope Hintz deflects a shot to make it a 2-1 game. And then in Game 2, Sagan on the one-timer ties the game. Then Game 3, Harley shot, Ben deflects it, ties the game at 1. Stars win that one 2-1 in Game 3. Stars are going to go to the power play here. A goal and an assist, both on the power play this series for Jamie Benn in his 105th career playoff game. He has 28 goals, 79 points, and power play points 22 in his playoff career. Squirts to the middle, and it goes back to the point for Duchesne. Rimmed all the way around. No one was there at the point. As came back out to center, and Harley will go back into their old zone. Shots are 4-3 in favor of the Stars in the early going here, but both teams have opportunities. Rope Hintz speeding through, passes across for the far side. Duchesne, shot went wide of the net. Rantanen in the corner. Stars at 3 for 10 in the series. Harley from the blue line goes for Rantanen along the wall. Looking, goes low for Hintz. Now moves into the circle. Now Rantanen passes off for Harley. Back for Rantanen again at the blue line. Shot deflected. Hintz save. Rebound. Blackwood stopped it. And then Hintz gets pressured by Drury. Drury's throwing punches at Hintz for, I believe, Hintz giving an extra whack, and wow. And it looks like the referee signaled that both the men are going to go to the penalty box. I'm not sure. Hintz thought it was still loose, and then Drury didn't like it. And Rantanen's initial shot just smothered up by Blackwood. 12:45 to go in the first period. And then Drury throwing a punch there after the whistle. So it looks like Drury's in the box now for the Avalanche, and Hintz is in the box now. So it's still a power play for Dallas, but now Hintz is in the box. They have to change their power play unit. It's going to be Rantanen, Johnston, Duchesne, Ben, and Harley out here instead of Hintz filling Ben's role. Rantanen and Johnston have been out there for more than a minute. Off the faceoff, won by the Avalanche, and Lindgren will clear it down the length of the ice. Ottinger with the puck. Moves it behind the net for Thomas Harley. Stars trying to move it up. Avalanche pressuring them. Nichushkin on Harley. Wyatt Johnston the other way. A minute left to go on the power play for the Dallas Stars. Rantanen looking. Moving on his backhand. Goes back to the point for Harley. Goes low for Rantanen, trying to send it into the corner for Duchesne. Duchesne, centered, shot, and it went through the crease. Ben, how in the world did that not go in? Perfect setup. Duchesne, back for Ben. Back to Duchesne. In front, Johnston. It's still loose, and it goes to the corner. Stars getting opportunities, though. Huge hit by Jamie Benn along the wall. Goes back to the point for Rantanen. Benn along the far wall. Duchesne centered. No one was there. Johnston was there on the back door, but it was out of his reach. Johnston cycling it around with Duchesne. Shot, and it hit the outside of the net, and Manson will clear it out to center. And they whistled that with a high stick. Or went out of play, I'm not sure. How did Benn not score here? Perfect setup. Oh, it was blocked by Manson, and he didn't even know. Then a huge hit by Benn on Manson after he just robbed an opportunity. Looked like an open net for the captain of the Dallas Stars. So faceoff's going to come at center. The Stars with 9 seconds to go on the power play, battling for it at the blue line. And Taves, Stars, and Granlund is getting held up there by Manson, and the Stars will not score on their first power play of the night. McKinnon speeding through a check. He tries to move in and is poked away by Dallas. Good play there by the Stars to clog up the middle. Lehkonen goes low. McKinnon couldn't handle it along the wall. Natchez goes behind the net for McKinnon. On his backhand, goes for Natchez in the corner. Natchez looking. Shot. Save made on the turnaround shot. Lehkonen went down in the corner. Natchez now to Girard. Shot blocked by Granlund. Girard again goes across. Taves from the blue line. One-timer by Natchez, deflected wide. And deflected out to center ice. Shots are 7-5. McKinnon speeding in again. He shoots it. It was blocked. It goes into the corner. Lindell. Thrown the body by Landeskog, but the Stars the other way. Dodonov will just dump it in. That'll be icing. He was on the wrong side of the red line. So the Stars can't change, and Lindell and Ceci have been out there for 1:07. I don't know why Dodonov just didn't wait a split second more. McKinnon was speeding through that middle of the ice, and Ceci and Lindell. And then a huge block by Granlund. 6-5, shots favoring Dallas. They had a power play. They're 0 for 1 on it. Crowded Ball Arena. Looking for a goal in this face-off. Johnston, Ceci, Lindell, Dodonov, and Benn out there for the Dallas Stars. Stars lead the series 2-1, trying to go up 3-1 in the series. Hintz went to the bench. I don't know if he was out there, and that's why we had a delay. Off the face-off, won by Dallas, Ceci. Now Lindell will flip it out to center ice. Intercepted there. And here come the Avalanche. Landeskog on the outside. Block shots already 4-1 in favor of the Dallas Stars. They've clogged up the slot or any shot opportunity for the Avalanche. Makar now to Landeskog, moving in. Has open Nelson in the front of the net. And just bounced over his stick. Makar, open, pass it across, and Nichushkin was pressured by Harley. Goes back to the blue line. Shot by Taves. Deflected wide of the net. Deflected off of Blackwell's skate. Benn was trying to clear it, and Blackwell lifts it up to the middle of the ice. Bork trying to get it away. He will not get to the puck first. Blackwell will shoot it back in. Off the skate of Blackwood. He didn't even know where it was. And a stretch pass here. 2-on-2. 3-on-2. Kiviranta couldn't settle the pass down. Crushed along the far boards. Labushkin trying to get it away. Less than 9.5 minutes to go in the first period. Kiviranta centered. Coyle passed it out of the reach of Manson. At the blue line. Clear to the blue line, not out. Manson holds it in. Shoots it. Blocked by Harley along the far boards. Coyle centered. No one was there. Bork clears it on the backhand. Out to center ice. Girard will get it at his own blue line. Stars have been able to just clear the puck out, but they have not generated much offense. O'Connor. Only on the power play. They got very good chances on the power play. Lindgren. O'Connor will just send it back in from the blue line. 8:50 left to go in the first period. Bork. And then it's moved up along the far boards, but the Stars can't clear it out until it's intercepted by Granlund out to center ice. It's poked away. Hintz was trying to go on a rush. And Rantanen. Granlund. Oh, and Hintz was open. If that connected with Hintz, that would have been a good chance there for Rope Hintz of the Dallas Stars. Bischel laying a check there. Kelly on Bischel. Here is Parker Kelly into the zone. On his backhand, circles back. Goes back. Makar waits. Shoots. Glove saved by Ottinger through traffic. And Bischel will go to the bench. Stars, Avalanche. Game 4. Stars lead the series 2-1, trying to go up 3-1. 8:14 to go. We'll be back. We're back, everybody, here. Game number 4 of the first round series between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche with 8:14 left to go in the first period. It's scoreless. Stars have had a power play. They did not score on it. Bishop looks like he's in a little bit of distress on the bench. And he did get kind of injured in game number 3. Let's see what happened here. It was just a huge hit by Parker Kelly on Bishop. And it was around the wrist area, and he went down awkwardly. See if Bishop will continue. He took some pain in game number 3. Oscar Beckes did as well, but he is out of this game. He is replaced by Maverick Bork in this one. Game number 4. Stars trying to take a 3-1 series lead. Avs trying to even the series. Lindell trying to flip it out. He will off the defensive zone faceoff. That goes out of play, and that's a delay of game penalty if I've ever seen one. It looked like it. I think it is. They're arguing for it. That went straight out of play, and he was in his own zone. And it is going to be a penalty upcoming. Stars going to go to the power play. A delay of game on the Avalanche. Stars to the second power play of the night. That was just, wow. Devon Taves, one of their best defensemen, just, ooh. Was that deflected by, no, I don't think so. From that angle, it looked like it might have been deflected by Sagan. But no, the referees say no, and that looked like a delay of game for sure. He seemed out of nowhere. Just shot it up into the crowd. Delay a game there. Puck just went into like row number 15 or something there in the lower bowl of the Ball Arena. Stanley Cup playoffs. Game number 4 of this series. Stars to their second power play of the night. Can't win the faceoff though. Lindgren, now Kiviranta will clear it down the length of the ice with 8 minutes to go in the first. Here is Harley with the puck now. Drops it off for Mikko Rantanen. Tries to move it in. He lost the handle, and it's squirted back out to center ice. Avalanche cleared it, and Harley will get it. 0 for 1 on the power play tonight for the Dallas Stars. They've had 2 shots on it. 2 of their 6 shots have been on the power play tonight. Johnston on the far side is Rantanen. That one goes back to the blue line for Harley. Had some trouble. O'Connor. Harley got taken down, and O'Connor has an open lane. He shoots, he scores! Wow, what a goal by O'Connor. It's 1-0 Avalanche. I don't know what happened to Thomas Harley there, but O'Connor picks the top corner on the blocker side, and the Avalanche with a shorthanded goal make it 1-0 on the breakaway. I'm not sure what happened to Harley there. I thought he got taken down by O'Connor, but the Avalanche, for the 4th time in the series, have a lead. .7:21 to go, 1:15 left to go on the Stars power play. They're looking to even up. So a shorthanded goal by Logan O'Connor, and the Avs are up by 1, and the Stars have let up the first goal in 4 straight games in this series. Sagan on the outside. Centering pass was blocked away by Girard, and it's cleared back to the blue line. Harley held it in. Had some trouble. It goes out of play, though. Harley's had a little bit of trouble handling the puck at the blue line. 7:01 to go. The Avs are up by 1 here at home. And the Stars looking to respond on their power play that they still have. That was a shorthanded goal. Dallas leads the series 2-1. They're looking to tie this game up here as the Avalanche trying to not go down 3-1 in an elimination situation in Dallas for a game number 5. Face-off 1. Dallas trying to get it. Marchment goes back to the blue line, but Nichushkin got there first. Less than 7 to go. Harley had some trouble. Has the puck again. Between the circles, now moves it up. Sagan, second of the series for O'Connor. Short-handed at 12:39 of this first period, and it comes out to center again. Stars have not looked good on the power play here tonight. Harley in. He shoots, and a glove save by Blackwood. 26 seconds to go on the power play for the Dallas Stars. Harley probably feeling bad right now because he just let up that shorthanded goal, basically. Just stumbling at the blue line. I'm not sure. I thought O'Connor took him down. 6:32 to go in the first period. Stars on an offensive face-off. Still at the power play for 26 seconds more. Granlund's kind of getting interfered with there. Held in by Lindell on the power play. O'Connor, and it's cleared. O'Connor trying to race for it again. Cece beats him to it. Rolls towards Ottinger. And Cece and O'Connor getting a little bit too close there. So the Stars power play, instead of scoring a goal, it allows a shorthanded goal, and the power play is 0 for 2, and they allowed a shorthanded goal. That is brutal for the Dallas Stars. They're up 2-1. They're trying to go up 3-1. That's something you don't want to do, but the Stars have let up all of the first period goals. They've allowed the first goal in each of the 4 games of the series. They have not scored first in the series. Game 1, it was Lehkonen. Game 2, it was McKinnon. Game 3, it was Nichushkin. Game 4 is now O'Connor. The Stars have battled back in 2 of those 3 games to win it. 2 of those needing overtime, which are the ones that won their games. The Donov trying to get in on the forecheck, trying to center it for Ben. Johnson behind the net. Wraparound chance was blocked away. Goes back to the blue line for CC. Goes across to the blue line. Lindell shot deflected. Save, rebound. And Donov. Johnson tried to slow it down behind the net. Kill McCarr had some trouble. Taves. Donov trying to get it along the boards. Poked away by Taves. Lehkonen now moves it up for McKinnon into the zone. Looking for an option. Shot deflected on goal. Save, Ottinger. It was a slowed down shot that was going through the 5-hole. 5:32 to go. The Avalanche up by 1. We're back, everybody, here in Colorado. Game number 4. The Stars up 2-1 in the series, but the Avalanche up 1-0 here on a shorthanded goal by Logan O'Connor, his second of the series. He has been pretty good in the series here at Ball Arena. Game number 4, Avs trying to tie up the series. Stars trying to go back home with a 3-1 series advantage to eliminate the Avalanche in game number 5. Can they do so? They have to battle it back from another deficit in the first period, as they've allowed the first goal in the first period, 3 of the 4 games. 5:32 to go in the first. Stars looking for an answer. They have found answers in the past 2 games. Can they find an answer for another game to try to win and take a 3-1 series lead? For sure. They need it. A huge advantage, and they've lost Miro Heiskanen. He will look like he will be back for game 5. I'm not sure. He's getting close, though. Gerard off the faceoff. Has the puck. Circles. Goes back. Nelson's shot through traffic wide of the net. McKinnon will get it behind the net. Harley trying to get it away from him. McKinnon goes back to the point. McCarr dancing the blue line. He shoots through traffic and missed wide of the net. Gerard will try to send it low, but it's blocked away by Blackwell. Comes back for Gerard, and then deflected back into the zone. Gerard with the puck. Moves it up through the middle for Landeskog. On the outside, that looked offside, but they say it's on. Nelson sends it behind the net. Landeskog. And Petrovic will pick it up for Dallas. Looking to clear it out of the zone. He will. That's going to be an icing on No, it's waved off. It is waved off by the linesman at the last second. That was pretty weird. Everyone thought it was going to be an icing, including me. Duran moves it in and had some trouble with it, and it's cleared out of the zone. Malinsky will get it now for the Avalanche. Sent back in by Coyle. Kiviranta pressuring Petrovic. Flipped out of the zone by Dallas. Coyle gets it again at center ice, but stolen away by Rope Hintz. Petrovic. Ooh, that was close to too many men for Dallas. Malinsky with the puck. Taves now will look to move it up. Deflected back in, no icing. Shots are even at 8. Avalanche with a 1-goal advantage. They had a 1-goal advantage in game 3 until the 3rd period. Petrovic along the boards is fought for behind the net. Game number 4, 2-1 series lead for Dallas, trying to go up 3-1. Granlund, and it's forced out to center as Lindgren will shoot it back in. Petrovic along the boards, cleared it along the boards, and then can't clear it out of the zone yet. Parker Kelly behind the net. Shot on the one-timer was blocked. O'Connor behind the net. Looking for an option. Goes back to the blue line for Gerard. Spins against Johnston. Gerard, a backhand save by Ottinger. Stars not looking good here. They have tried to clog up the middle of the ice, but certainly not some good plays here so far. They haven't been able to get out of their zone much here in the first period. They've had 2 power plays. They couldn't convert on them, and it cost them a goal on their power play with a shorthanded goal. Wyatt Johnson has been really quiet in this series. It is unusual of him. He's very good in the playoffs. But Wyatt Johnson has not been able to find that room where he usually found it in previous playoff runs, 2023 and 2024. He scored that Game 7 series winner against the Kraken 2 years ago, and then scored Game 3 overtime winner against Vegas to get back in that series. Then Game 7 as well. Shot, save made off the pad of Ottinger. Landeskog goes back for Malinsky. Along the boards, Lindell will intercept it. I believe the Avalanche are about 10 shots right now on goal. It says 9 at the moment. Cleared out the center ice, Nelson, and here come the Avalanche. Nichushkin into the zone on the rush. Pass it across for Nelson. He shoots, save, Ottinger, rebound. Nelson couldn't chip it in. And Dodonov will get it out. Try to shoot it in, and it's intercepted by Nichushkin, who was kind of hooking him from behind. 10-8, the shots favoring the Avalanche, and they whistle it down with 2:45 to go. .245 left to go in the first period. Game number 4. Avalanche Stars. Best of 7. The Avalanche could get eliminated in Game 5. Stars just having trouble in their own zone trying to clear it out. They've expected the high quantity of shots on goal. You know they're going to push in this game for sure. The Stars will look to just try to have a better period in or period number 2. I don't know why I'm saying game. Shot wide. No, it went on goal and it stopped. Ottinger by Lehkonen. 2:42 to go in the first. Shots are 11-8 now in favor of the Avalanche. Ottinger's been tested a lot here in this first. So is Blackwood, but the Stars couldn't convert on their chances, and that's why we have a 1-goal lead. It could honestly be a 2-goal lead for Dallas right now with the chances they've had. And then that shorthanded goal kind of took the air out of them, at least for right now. Taves across it goes. Makar dancing the blue line. He makes some room. He shoots it over the net. Caromed off the glass, and it almost popped into the net. Here is Sagan on the drop pass. Passes it off for Marchman. He shoots in a save made by Blackwood. 2:19 to go. And Marchman gets called for a penalty. And I don't know why. I'm not sure why he got called for a penalty. Oh, Marchman just throws a punch right afterwards, too. He is frustrated that they called that. Makar's already... Wow. Marchman needs to settle down here. Wow. So Marchman, in back-to-back games, takes penalties. And the Avalanche on their power play unit that's been changed, now Landeskog's on it, will get a chance to make it a 2-goal lead. 2:19 left to go in the first period. 10-9. The shots favoring Dallas. Marchman's a good chance, and then they call him for a penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty was, because it wasn't. It shouldn't have been a high sticking. They're 0 for 6 on the power play. 7 shots in Game 3 on goal. Second time going 0 for 6 in the playoffs since 2009. The other time was in 2020 against Dallas. Makar, power play for the Avalanche. Landeskog on the far side. Looking, goes back for Makar. Across it goes for McKinnon. Back for Makar at the blue line. Down low for Landeskog. Back for Makar again. This has been the issue for the Avalanche on the power play. McKinnon sends it low. Nate just bounced over his stick. Ceci trying to get it along the boards. Ceci trying to get it still. Still jammed up along the boards. Comes free for Natchez. Blackwell will try to move it up short-handed. He would clear it down the length of the ice. A solo effort. Makar with the puck. More than 30 seconds have passed here on the power play. 1:37 to go in the first. Natchez cutting through, and he missed the net wide. Wow. He just found some room. Stolen away here. Rope Hintz short-handed. And it's stolen away here by Nathan McKinnon the other way. 3-on-2 for the Avalanche. Landeskog and Lehkonen on the rush. McKinnon slows back. Settles. Goes back to the blue line for Makar. Across it goes for Landeskog. In front, Natchez missed it. And it's cleared out of the zone. Makar with the puck now. McKinnon. Deflected to Nichushkin on the far side. Rimmed it all the way around. 40 seconds to go and a minute left to go in the first period. Deflected off a skate. And Dallas will clear it down the length of the ice again. 50 seconds to go in the first. Stars, Avalanche, knotted. Or not knotted. It's a 1-goal lead for the Avalanche, not in the shots 10-10. Nichushkin goes back to the blue line. McKinnon. And it's not cleared out just yet. Druran goes low into the coil. 10 seconds to go on the power play for the Avalanche. Taves across. McKinnon scores! It's in the net. It's a 2-goal lead for the Avalanche. With 4 seconds to go, and Mason Marchman does not like the call at all. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Avalanche here in game number 4. Their first 2-goal lead here at home. Barely snuck that through Ottinger, and that's a 2-goal lead. I think that Nichushkin might have gotten a piece of it. Wide open, the one-timer, 23.4 left to go. And it's a 2-goal lead, and that penalty by Marchman costs. Didn't cost them in Game 3, cost them here in Game 4, and they're down by 2 going into the locker room at the last minute. first period goal, and the Stars are down by 2 for the first time since game 1. Along the boards, as Pfeiffer comes to the front of the net. Stars on a 3-on-2 late. 4 seconds to go in the period. Dodonov, he shoots it, saved by Blackwood. And that'll end the period, and then Ben is going at it. Frustration settling here for the Stars, but the Avalanche with a 2-goal lead. Everyone getting together behind the net. End of the first period, and the Avalanche are up by 2. First intermission report coming up next. Everyone's tangling up with each other. But the Avs have a 2-goal lead off of a shorthanded goal and a power play goal. O'Connor and McKinnon. McKinnon's fourth goal of the series. But he gets a last-minute goal, and it's 2-0 off a dumb Marchment penalty. We'll be back with more after this. A 2-goal lead for the Avalanche in Game 4. We're back, everybody, here, and it's a 2-goal lead for the Colorado Avalanche over the Dallas Stars. Stars had 2 power plays, and they could not convert on them. And then a shorthanded goal by Logan O'Connor on the first one, and with 12:39. So I thought Harley might have been, I don't know what happened there with O'Connor, but Harley loses his balance, and then O'Connor just moves in on shorthanded. Would have been 2-on-1, but it was just a breakaway taking it solo, 1-0, and then a power play goal late, and you could argue that was a really bad penalty to be called, because that looked like a solid embellishment by Cale Makar, but he draws the call. That's been the trend of the series, the Avalanche embellishing, and then Marchman's penalty. I mean, Marchman has a reputation against the referees, so that's why he shoots it through the short side, and 24 seconds to go in the period. It's 2-0. But the Stars have found ways to come back in games in this series. They were down in game 2 and 3. Came back to win both of those games, but they haven't been down by 2 and came back in the series so far. So we will see if the Stars can win tonight. If they can come back and get this, they really got to take advantage of their power plays. They were 0 for 2 on the night, or so far, and 1 for 1 on the power play of the Avalanche. So that power play is not working for the Avalanche, just barely. Shots are even at 11. Faceoffs are even at 50. 14-9. The hits, blocked shots 9-2. Stars have really been in their own zone if they've blocked 9 shots. Giveaways are even at 5, and the takeaways are even at 3. Stars need to find a way to get a response here. The Avalanche are just doing everything right so far. They have the momentum. But will it continue? Can the Stars come back from a 2-goal deficit? They'll need a better second period here, as we'll be back on our intermission report. We are back, everybody. The second period about to be underway, and the Stars trailing the Avalanche by 2. And they see if they can get a better response here in this second period. As they ended the period of a let-up power play goal. But it seemed like Dallas was going to get the first one here. They gotten some good chances in the game. Ben with huge chances. Blackwood's been strong in net. Shots are even at 11 here after the first period, with the Avalanche with 2-goal lead. They got a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. Jimmy Benn in the most playoff points. He's behind Mike Modano with a lot. Modano has 118. Jimmy Benn at 79, passing Zubov. Heiskanen at 61, Hintz at 58, and Tyler Seguin at 55 in Dallas history, the most playoff points in the Dallas Stars franchise history. Second period, Game 4, 2-0 Avalanche. Can the Stars battle back from a 2-goal deficit in the Game 4 and try to win this one and take a 3-1 lead back to Dallas? We will see. There's still 40 minutes left in this game for the Dallas Stars to try to come back in this one. Avalanche trying to hold on for the next 40 minutes to try to send this tied at 2 going to Dallas for a Game 5. We will see. The Avalanche, just wanted to push back, obviously. There was no way this Avalanche squad was not going to push back. Seguin, Marchment, and Duchesne. Marchment took the penalty. Could tell us a little bit of embellishment there by Cale Makar. I don't even know why Cale Makar was on the ice like that, but I guess Marchment's reputation between the referees is just too much, I guess. Shots at 12-11 now. They've updated it. Marchment gets whacked there by Manson. Nothing called there. Brock Nelson. And someone goes down for the Stars. Harley with the puck. Moves it up for Mason Marchment, who set up the overtime goal for Seguin in Game 3 here at Ball Arena. Harley shoots it through traffic. Wanted the goal. And it's cleared out to center. Race for the puck with Brock Nelson, and Harley gets to it first. And moved around the far wall. Comes into the middle. Lehkonen shoots, and he missed the net. Oh, my. A weird carom off the wall. Duchesne moves in. Matt Duchesne, the former Av, hasn't had a goal in the series. Slows back, centered for Rantanen. Along the boards now, and no one was there along the far side. Natchez will intercept. Stars trying to get a better second period here and try to try to get through the deficit that they have against them. A 2-goal lead for the Avalanche. Granlund with the puck off the boards. Had 2 games go into overtime today. Ottawa won 4-3 to stay alive. Here is Natchez the other way. And then in overtime 4-3, Vegas won to tie up their series at 2. Will we see overtime in this one? It's been it's 2 straight overtimes. Toronto just had 3 straight overtimes in their series. It could be a fourth one in Game 5 back in Toronto. Here's McKinnon speeding in. Shoots it. Save. Big rebound in the slot. And it's cleared up the middle of the ice. Wyatt Johnston. Malinsky went down, but he poke-checked it away. Blackwood almost lost it. Malinsky will get it again. Good defensive play there by Malinsky, and a huge hit by Jimmy Benn right afterwards. Bischel trying to get the puck along the boards. Natchez, and he couldn't get it. Petrovic now picks it up for the Dallas Stars. Flipped it out to center ice. Malinsky. It's going to be a whistle here with 17:56 remaining in the second. Stars with chances, though. Duchesne cutting through the middle of the ice. And got angled off there by Taves. Just trying to work a play there, but Avs put them to the outside. And McKinnon with this chance, he's been really good in this series. He has 4 goals, I believe, in the series. Good save there by Ottinger, who needs to be big in the next 2 periods for the Stars to try to come back in this game. Seguin and Coyle in the face-off dot on the glove side of Blackwood. Still Delane on this face-off as the linesman off the face-off. It is finally won here by the Avalanche, and they will clear it out to center. Nichushkin. Bischel will get in the corner and deflect it away into the middle. Drouin shoots it, blocked out in front of the net. Too much giveaways here by Dallas early on in the period. Marchment sent it across. Seguin. And then Petrovic will backhand it in. Manson intercepts. Nichushkin to the middle, intercepted by Marchment, and here comes Sagan the other way. Tyler Sagan looking. Goes low into the corner. Manson will try to get it. Stolen away. Marchment almost had it. And here comes Manson into the zone, 2-on-2. They're onside, they say. Nichushkin couldn't receive the pass cleanly. Gets it off the boards. Harley. Then Lyubushkin picks it up. Off the boards. Will that be an icing? Yes, it will. .256 into the second period here. In game number 4, Stars leading the series 2-1. 17:04 to go in the second. Shots are 13-11 in favor of the Avalanche. Faceoffs won are now 12-10 in favor of Dallas as they just won this one. Harley behind the net. Lehkonen parking right in front. Stars go for a line change. Makar, huge hit there along the glass. McKinnon to the middle, broken up Lyubushkin. Here is Maverick Bork who will jump it in. Taves along the boards. Bork trying to get it away. McKinnon outmuscles him. Along the boards, it's still fought for. Rantanen trying to get it. Goes back to the blue line. Shot. Lyubushkin save made by Blackwood. Good chance there by Lyubushkin. Trying to get his first of the series. I don't think he has a playoff goal ever in his career. Blackwell earlier on lays a huge hit on Makar. That's what he gets for embellishing. That was an embellishment all day. I don't care what my bias just comes out. That is embellishment all day. Wow. 9 career playoff games for Colin Blackwell. He has a goal in this series. He's had 2 in his playoff career. And the Avalanche win the faceoff here. Here is Lindgren. Lost the puck. Lindell tries to clear it. Out of the zone it comes. Wyatt Johnston needs to be big here. Dropped it off. Ben back for Johnston. Looking for an option. Drops it off. Lindell, and it missed the net wide. Caromed off the backboards. Dodonov goes back to the point. Lindell, he shoots it. Deflected wide by Ben. Stars trying to put on the pressure here on the Avalanche. Dodonov let it go through. Try to get it behind the net. Drury pressuring him. Dodonov centered. Loose. To the corner. And Drury not cleared out yet, but Drury intercepts that hold in by Lindell. Parker Kelly against Lindell. Lindell gets there first. Cece trying to clear. He will out to center ice. Rantanen moves it in and just shoots it in off the glove. Gerard, and Rantanen was kind of getting pulled there from behind. Stolen away. Rope Hintz going to receive that pass cleanly from Granlund. Stars are trying now at least to get some offense. Nelson trying to center it. Deflected into the netting and out of play. 4:40 into the second period. Two nothing. Avalanche leading it. You just got to know that they were probably going to need a pushback in this one, especially they did not want to go down 3-1. Obviously, going to Dallas, which will be Game 5 on Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Central. No, Central Time's getting to stay up a lot. Face-off won by Dallas. Harley looking to clear it. He will out to center. Granlund trying to make a pass through, but the Avalanche are just clogging up the middle of the ice. Harley, that deflected away. Passes are just not connecting here for Dallas. McKinnon speeding in, trying to get through. Lyubushkin trying to cover him. Along the boards, it's fought for. Loose in the corner, goes back to the point. Gerard now to Makar. Makar dents in the blue line into the slide. He shoots, save Ottinger. Huge save. Kill Makar. Here's Makar again. Passes it across on the far side. Kiwi Ronta now to McKinnon on the backhand. Looking. Goes back for Taves at the blue line. Goes low for Makar in the circle. Shoots it through traffic, and it's stopped by Ottinger, and it held in at the blue line by Natchez. Makar shoots it again. Deflected. To the corner it goes McKinnon. Pressure. Reverse hit on Granlund. Centered Makar. What a save, Ottinger! Natchez across. McKinnon fakes the one-timer. Starts scrambling here in their own zone. Natchez across. Makar shoots. Deflected. It was blocked. 4 Stars have been out there for more than a minute. Natchez looking. Centering pass. McKinnon trying to go backdoor for Taves. He shoots it wide of the goal on the rebound. Natchez goes back. McKinnon. Almost 2 minutes where 4 Stars have been out there. Lindgren back for McKinnon at the blue line. He shoots. It was blocked into the corner. Stars still can't get the puck. McKinnon along the far boards. Centering pass is intercepted by Tyler Seguin. He has a less amount of time on his shift, so the Stars will get a change, a crucial change. Landeskog moves through a check, and then it's cleared to the blue line, not out. Nelson drops it up. Manson wide open was Gerard, but intercepted by Rantanen. Here is Duchesne on the other wing. Duchesne centered to the front of the net. It was intercepted. Nichushkin the other way for the Avalanche. Marshman getting back. 3-on-2. Dropped off for Manson, and it's blocked. Nelson save. Rebound. Oh, what a save, Ottinger. He got it with the glove. My goodness, he has it pouring it on Dallas. Nichushkin. Huge hit by Marshman along the boards. Malinsky shoots. Saved by Ottinger. Gerard. Stars can't clear it out. Malinsky shoots. It was blocked. Rantanen the other way. Shoots it in from center ice, and man, oh man, have the Avalanche got momentum here in this second period. 2-goal lead, and they've had some incredible chances and some huge saves by Jake Ottinger. Stolen away at center ice by Steele. The 4th line out here for Dallas. Maverick Bork's shot was denied. Held at the blue line by Bischel. Blocked, loose. Bork couldn't get it. It's cleared. Bischel. Middle of the ice. Bork can't get it. Stolen away as 2 Avalanche collide into each other. Malinsky intercepts that. Backhanded back in. Stars getting out of trouble there with some huge saves by Jake Ottinger. Steele backhands it back in. McCarr. Crowd loving it here at Ball Arena. Stars down by 2, and they are looking to try to get on the board and try to shift the momentum away from the Avalanche. But so far, the Avalanche have continued to what to do in this game number 4 like they did in game 1. Put pressure on Dallas. Stars looking for a response and trying to get back into this game number 4. They're trying to get to a 3-1 series lead. Wyatt Johnston is in. Chips it in on goal. Blackwood makes the save with the glove, and then a little bit of a tussle in the corner. 11:18 to go. Jake Ottinger big in this one. He's made some huge saves to keep this a 2-goal game. In reach for Dallas. Jake Ottinger, big here in Colorado. We're back, everybody, here in Colorado, and huge saves by Jake Ottinger throughout that sequence where the Stars couldn't clear the puck out of their own zone. And Nathan McKinnon reverse hitting Granlund, and then Jake Ottinger with that huge save in the slot by McCarr. If the Stars were to come back in this game, these chances would haunt the Colorado Avalanche. This could be more than a 2-goal lead. But man, oh man, has Jake Ottinger been good in this game so far. It's been probably the best thing in this game for the Dallas Stars. They really need a goal here off this faceoff to try to get back in the game. They need to reward their goalie for being so good so far. It's a huge sequence that could have been taken advantage by the Avalanche to distance their lead against Dallas. But man, oh man, what a saving sequence by Jake Ottinger throughout that whole entire pressure by the Avalanche. Shot back in by Lindgren. Along the boards, shots are 6-3 in favor of the Avs here in the second period. The Stars looking for response period. They haven't gotten much. The only thing they've gotten is Jake Ottinger making some huge saves. Thomas Harley shoots it in. To the corner it goes. 18 of 14 shots hitting. These Avalanche, they're favoring the shots. Harley across. Too much of a hard pass there to handle for Rantanen on the far side. And then Drouin off the glass will get it out to center. Thomas Harley with the puck. Deflected at center by Ben. Will that be an icing? Yes, it will be. And the Stars can't change. Harley, Labushkin, Johnston, and Ben have been out there for more than a minute. Game 5 on Monday, April 28th. Get your coffees ready because you're staying up. 8:30 p.m. Central. If you got bedtime at 10, well, you're staying past your bedtime because it's not even going to be the second period when it is even in that game. I don't know what I'm saying. Faceoffs are 13-12 in favor of the Stars. That's the only thing they've been winning so far in the game. McKinnon and Ben on the faceoff dot. Faceoff won by Dallas. Harley with the puck. Stars looking to respond. They're down by 2, and they really need something to go into the third period and try to get this game back in their favor and tilt the ice. But so far, it's been an Avalanche game. It seemed like Dallas was going to get a good advantage early on in the game, but then they took that penalty. Yeah, or they got a power play, and then they allowed the shorthanded goal, and the Chushkin moving in on the backhand save made by Ottinger. Another one of those huge saves that they need right now. Granlund, his pass from Hintz couldn't connect. Nelson now to McKinnon, circles back, goes back to the blue line, shot by Malinsky, save Ottinger again! Man, oh man, and he's been good. He has been really good. McKinnon, Malinsky shoots, save Ottinger, loose! It's covered, Ottinger saved it! How in the world did Jake Ottinger stop that? How? He's laying on the puck right now. How in the world? It was loose behind Ottinger. Oh my goodness. That was close. Very, very close to being a game again. Or being a distance game for the Stars. Rolling puck behind Ottinger. He somehow stopped it. 9:33 to go. We'll be back. 2-0 Avalanche. Back, everybody. Second period, 9:33 left to go in it, and Ottinger again standing on his head here in the second period, keeping this a 2-goal game. And in the last 2 playoffs versus Colorado, 7 games so far, Hintz has scored 2 goals, 6 points, 3 power play points. He's had 15 shots too. He's won a bunch of faceoffs. He has been physical, and this has been huge chances. Avalanche and Dallas, game 4. And the Stars looking to try to get back in this one. That was a goal by Rope Hintz in game 2 of last year's playoffs, which we did here on the network as well. Stars won that 5-3. Game 4 they won here in this building in a dominating effort, 5-1. It's going to be different this year because they're down by 2. They were never down in that game. This is when after then Chushkin had that testing or whatever with the drugs use. Off the face-off one here, Lindell moves it up into the middle. Sagan will chip it in, blocked away there. Loose, it's onside. Duchesne rimmed it around. Stars trying to take advantage of this turnover. Duchesne rimmed it around again. Off the bench, Cece fooled McKinnon. In the corner still, jammed up along the boards. Duchesne trying to get free. He's kind of getting held there by McCarr. Taves will move it up for the Avalanche. 9 minutes left to go here in the second period. The Stars down by 2. Natchez, now McKinnon stole it away. Shot off the goalpost. Sagan will just chip it in. The Stars really need to limit the opportunities, but the Avalanche are on fire right now. They have all the momentum, but the Stars looking to take advantage maybe on one mistake by the Avalanche to try to get back in this one. And maybe change the series because the Avalanche so far, if they win this game, have the advantage and the momentum of winning game 4 and kind of dominating Dallas a little bit here in this one. Blackwell will flitch it out to center ice. Yeah, I think it's the Maverick Bork curse because he's in the lineup. Oscar Beck being in the lineup, I guess, is not the curse because they won games 2 and 3, but he's out for injury. Along the boards is fought for. Along the wall, Blackwell trying to get it. Manson, Bischel, O'Connor in the corner. Angled off by Bischel. Huge hit by Bork along the boards. Still loose in the corner, trying to fight for the puck, trying to get it free. Less than 8 minutes left to go in the second period. The shots are 20-14 in favor of the Colorado Avalanche. And it's still jammed up along the wall with Kelly and Drury and Bork and Petrovic along the wall. Bischel trying to fish it free. It's still jammed up along the boards. Refs are not whistling it down. We've had multiple of these whistled down in the last game. Still along the wall. They still can't get it free. This is ridiculous. We are just wasting time here. Drury. And it's held in by Manson. Goes behind the net. Petrovic trying to get it out. Deflected off of Landeskog. Drury trying to steal it away from Petrovic. Doesn't work out there. Petrovic will just chip it behind for Bischel. Blackwell off the wall. And it's going to be an icing. No, it's no icing. Waved off. Thought for a second that would have been icing, but it wasn't. Brock Nelson moving in with some speed. Landeskog scores! His first goal back with the Avalanche. After 3 years, he gets his first goal. It's 3-0. What a goal. That was just a nice shot. And the Stars are down by 3. Well, Landeskog didn't get a goal in his last game, but he was pretty good. That's just that's a crazy shot on goal by Landeskog. Clean beats Ottinger. Glove side, 3-0 Avalanche. Man, what a shot. And then his second game back in an Avalanche uniform. He makes it a 3-goal lead. And the Avalanche pushing. They get a goal again. They probably deserve the goal already in this game. But they have dominated, outworked the Dallas Stars. And the crowd is loving it because their captain coming back after 3 years, has scored for them in this one. Tough angle, save, rebound, save, loose, covered Ottinger. And it just continues to pile on for the Dallas Stars. Shots are 23-14 right now, and Landeskog scoring in game number 4 makes it a 3-goal lead and could put this game out of reach, going tied to Dallas. Pardon me. His first goal since June 20th of 2022. Crowd loving it as they're announcing it here in the building. Stars down by 3, and in a situation where they could have gone 3 games to 1. They have not shown up. The offense has not shown up for the Dallas Stars, and if they really want to get back in this one, they're going to have to face a 3-goal deficit, which is a tough task to even ask. The Stars want momentum. They just need a goal by the end of the period, but man, have the Avalanche dominated this one. But you expected a pushback by the Avalanche, and you've gotten so here in this one. Marchman with the puck. Moves it up into the middle for Sagan. Chipped it into the corner. Gerard will get it now. Deflected away. Here's Nathan McKinnon. The Avalanche just feeling it right now. McKinnon in center. Nate just couldn't go. And then a huge hit by McKinnon on Marchment. Gets the crowd reaction there. And it's just outworked. Duchesne out for Sagan. Sagan shoots it. Blocked. The other way come the Avalanche. Manson. Look, they reverted back to their game number 1 selves here in Dallas. Looks like the worst game for the Dallas Stars. Nathan McKinnon looks like he's in a little bit of distress on the bench, too. Manson across. Shot. Save. Ottinger. Stars still can't clear it out. Landeskog went down in front of the net. Cleared out of the zone. Manson has the puck. And now he will move it up to the middle of the ice. Chips it in. 5 minutes to go in the second period. The Stars down by 3. Not even their largest deficit of the series. They were down by 3 in game 1 in the third period with an empty net goal by Nathan McKinnon. But even Stars had scored 1 in that game already. O'Connor speeding in on the outside. Circles back. Centered it. Shot. Blocked out in front of the net. Avalanche just feeling it right now. The response is not there for Dallas. Avalanche just dominating. Shot by Malinsky. Save. Rebound. Oh, what a save, Ottinger. On the rebound. And Bishop is getting with it with O'Connor with 4:31 to go in the second period. It's a 3-goal lead by the Avalanche. The Stars trailing a lot. Landeskog, his first goal since June 20th of 2022. He gets the one here against Ottinger. It's 3-0. We'll be back. Back, everybody. Colorado's up by 3. And as a Stars fan, I'm not liking this at all. But, I mean, you got to appreciate Landeskog coming back from injury. He scores his first goal, and Nathan McKinnon and Marchman got collided around the face area. And it looked like they were both in distress. But I don't know what happened there. Just collided heads there. 4:31 to go. Stars down by 3. Avalanche with a 3-goal lead. If somehow they blow this, it'd be one of the most insane comebacks by the Dallas Stars. But Avalanche just dominating play. Here's a shot. A cross, save, Ottinger. He'll cover it. He is the only good thing of a bad night for the Dallas Stars in game number 4. Shots are 28-14. The defense has not been there for Dallas, and I mean, they don't have Miro Heiskanen. They're hoping he's back for Game 5 in Dallas. But man, oh man, the Stars really hoping they can get Miro Heiskanen back for Game 5. They're looking to try to get back in this game. They've had third-period comebacks. They'll need a very big third-period comeback. They need some work going on, though, because this is just not looking good for the Dallas Stars, but a dominating effort by the Avalanche. You expected this, obviously. It's the Avalanche. They were going to respond somehow. Malinsky with the puck. Passes across for Girard. He shoots it through traffic. It's loose. Ottinger makes the save. Steele will give it around. Nelson goes back. Girard shoots it over the net. Shots on goal in this period are 16-3 in favor of the Avalanche. Avalanche have more than half of their shots in this period. Shot was blocked. Steele lost his stick, I think. Gets it back. Still jammed up along the boards as the puck. Less than 4 to go in the second period. Stars down by 3. Held in at the blue line from distance. Shot. Deflected. Saved by Ottinger off the blocker. He's made 27 saves on 30 shots. Blackwood over there has only faced 14 shots. Stars haven't had a shot in a little bit here. And they're down by 3, and there needs to be a message to be sent here. They haven't led in the series. They're trailing again. They've gotten overtime wins, but man, they've got to get something here. As a shot towards the net. Lehkonen deflected it. Natchez centered. Manson shoots over the net. Circled around. Nathan McKinnon centered it. And then Ben will flip it up out to center ice. Lindgren with the puck off the boards. If Colorado wins this game, and it looks like they might, Natchez goes across. Shot! What a save again, Ottinger. Man, oh man, has Ottinger been the best star out there. The defense of the Dallas Stars looks terrible right now for the Dallas Stars. 2:51 to go, and it's just, man, oh man, the Avalanche just finding those passes, finding those open wings. 2:51 to go in the second. The shots are 33-14 in favor of the Colorado Avalanche, and a 3-0 lead. The Stars are going to be like the most improbable next period to try to come back in this one, which would be insane, obviously. They were down 3-0 to Edmonton in the conference final in Game 3. They came back and won that one. Or they're down 2-0, but they came back. Here is Sagan. Across for Duchesne on the far wing. Centering pass didn't connect. This is the line that got the overtime goal. Sagan. Game number 3. Marchment held it in. Shot deflected towards the net. Goes to the corner. And Cale Makar will move it up. Stars finally had some possession there. Just couldn't get much there. Labushkin fires it across for Harley. Sent back into the zone. Rimmed all the way around. 2:10 left to go in the second period. The Stars outscored 3-0 in this one. Deflected at center. Thomas Harley. The Stars get a goal here is huge because that's back to a 2-goal game, and in a game where the Stars really don't deserve to be back in this one. They have not played their best. The penalties have been costly. A sure-handed goal basically changed the tides of this one because the Stars looked like they were having the early advantage. Huge hit there along the wall by Bischel on Kelly. Here is Rantanen. Centered it. Here is Granlund. Shoots, and he missed the net. minute and 33 to go in the second. And Granlund with the chance to make it a 3-1 game. Game 5 on the 28th on Monday. Can the Stars pull off a win here and potentially win the series at home? Or will it be a tie series and the Dallas Stars and Avalanche up for grabs, trying to get the series lead in Game 5? We will see. Granlund, this opportunity here, just deflected over the net actually by Lindgren. 1:33 to go in this second period. Bischel shot through traffic, blocked. Hintz hit his own man. Bischel shoots it. Save made. Hintz is still down. Rantanen behind the net trying to get it free. Rantanen looking. Goes back to the blue line. Bischel across. Petrovic lost the handle. Pushed out the center ice. Yoel Kiviranta the other way. Trying to center it. Blocked away by Petrovic. Gives it away again. Kiviranta shoots it. Save made by Ottinger. Centered it again. Kiviranta's shot was blocked. Taves across from a car. Looking. Circles behind the net. Ottinger is out of position. He gets it again. Makar drops it off for Taves at the blue line. 50 seconds to go in the second period in a game where the Dallas Stars have looked bad in the Avalanche. Looking like the Avalanche doing Avs things. McKinnon looking for an option behind the net in Gretzky's office. Taves looking. Goes across for McKinnon. A dominating effort in the first two periods by the Avalanche. Nelson. No one was at the point. Granlund the other way for Dallas. Moves it in on the outside, waits. Trying to center it. Karam to the front of the net. Bork and a save. 19.1 remaining. I think it's the Maverick Bork curse because every time he's in a game, they lose. Maverick Bork curse. Am I right? Oh, man. Every playoff game Bork's in, they've lost. They're 0 for 3 with Bork in the lineup. They couldn't get back out here because he was injured. 19.1 remaining in the second period. If Dallas gets a quick goal here in the second, they could get back in this one for sure. 19.1 to go. Face-off won by the Avalanche. They look to clear it. They will. Down the length of the ice. Deflected off the bench. 12.3. They whistle it down. The Avalanche have doubled up on, or more than doubled up the shots on Dallas here in this game. A 3-goal lead with 12.3 remaining. Stars leading at 2-1. Off the face-off, won by the Avalanche again. Cleared out the zone out to center. Lindell fiddled it out to center. Bork trying to get it. Blackwell, 3 seconds to go. The Avalanche with a 3-goal lead after 2. And they will have a third period where they lead by 3, looking to tie this series up going back to Dallas. Third period's going to be huge for Dallas if they want to come back here. They're down by 3, though. Can they come back again to force another overtime? We will see. But right now, they look dejected. Game 4, 3-0 Avalanche. We'll be back with our intermission report coming up next. back, everybody, here on the intermission report. Second intermission report. A 3-goal lead for the Avalanche in this one, and they have certainly dominated play in this one for sure. And it's just been a dominating effort for the Colorado Avalanche. O'Connor and McKinnon scored in the first. Dominating effort. Avalanche had 22 shots. Dallas only had 5 in that second period. Insane. Honestly, insane. How the Dallas Stars just kind of just fell apart after that shorthanded goal, and then the other one, and they just fell apart for the Dallas Stars immediately. And Gabriel Landeskog, his first goal back in his second game back, and he makes it a 3-goal lead for the Avalanche. And they're up by 3. And Ottinger's been big. He has stopped 21 of 22 in only the second period. He has saved 30 shots on 30, or pardon me, he has saved 31 shots on 34 shots on goal, which is insane. Ottinger's the only reason this game is still just a 3-goal lead and not just a 6 or 7-goal lead. Just, wow. Honestly, it's crazy. So, we will see what this third period has if Dallas comes back miraculously. I think, yeah, that right now this Dallas squad really just needs to focus on getting their game back, get some momentum in this third period to try to take back to Dallas, because this looks like the Stars squad that looked bad at the end of the season. They lost 7 in a row. We'll be back with the third period coming up next. We are back, everybody, here in Denver, Colorado. The Stars trailing by 3. The Avalanche looking to tie up the series going back to Dallas. And it's looking like it's going to be the case here tonight. And the Stars is trying to just take some momentum back on their favor, as they have just looked, honestly, very bad in this one. And Ottinger's the only reason why it's only just a 3-goal lead for the Avalanche, but good goals all around by Nathan McKinnon, O'Connor, and then it was Landeskog. A 3-goal lead. This is the most saves in a period, other than May 15, 2022, when Ottinger made 24 saves in the second period against the Calgary Flames in the playoffs. Wow. The Smith is now in net for the Dallas Stars. They're going to rest up Ottinger. Wow. They've just thrown the towel for this one. The Smith is in net. It's a 3-goal lead. So the Stars are going to rest up Ottinger going into Game 4. They're down by 3, and it looks like they're just going to wave the flag here as they're down by 3, and they're just going to put up the backup goalie. So, see maybe if DeSmith gets some energy. Shot save made off that chance. Casey DeSmith, 3 career playoff games. He's 1-1, save percentage of a .927, and a goals against average of a 2.02. They've just put DeSmith in because they're just trying to rest up Ottinger, I guess, for game number 4. They've just thrown in the towel for this one. Where Jake Ottinger just went off on him in the locker room. He just has a blank stare and just like, wow, how are we just playing this bad? 3-goal lead. A little bit of delay here as the net came off. And that's why it's causing a little bit of delay here on the ice. So the Stars, 1940 away from losing game number 4 and going back to Dallas in an even series. Blocked away. Dodonov racing for the puck, poke checked away. Maybe that would have been some energy for Dallas if Dodonov were to get that cleanly. 3-on-3 the other way, deflected off a skate. Taves sent back in. Along the boards, fought for it. Comes free into the slot. McCarr looking, shooting, and a save made by DeSmith. 51 seconds in. The 36th shot for the Avalanche. And it seems like everything Dallas has built up to with that overtime win in game 2 and 3 has just crumbled apart here in game 4. It looks like the Avs just make adjustments, and it worked, and they are just cruising through this one, and they're just trying to close it out, send this to Dallas for Game 5, knotted at 2 in the series. Bork will flip it in. Bork, when playing playoff games for the Dallas Stars, he's 0-3 when he's in the lineup, or 0-2 right now at least. If they lose this game, he will be 0-3 in the lineups. He was in Game 6 last year in the conference final against the Oilers. The Stars lost that 2-1 in Game 6. Shot from the line, deflected, blocked. Duchesne centered, Marchment, crossbar! Mason Marchment hits the crossbar, a close one for Dallas to get on the board and try to make this a game again. Duchesne gets through the check of Lindgren. Marchment couldn't get along the wall from the Chushkin. There's a whistle here, and I'm not sure what's going to happen here. 2 minute for holding. Holding call. I'm not sure who though. I'm guessing it's on Colorado, so the Dallas Stars are going to go to the power play here. Maybe get a power play goal to get back in this one. They got a lot of time left in this third period, but time is ticking. They got to reset and just ignore those first 2 periods. They need something here on this power play. Duchesne, Hintz, Rantanen, Hartley, and Johnston on this power play unit for the Dallas Stars. Avs is just trying to get to the kill. This is the 3rd power play chance of the game for the Dallas Stars. To the line it goes. Rantanen looking, shooting, and he missed the net wide, and then Johnston on the rebound fanned on it. It was blocked away. Hartley across it goes. Shot from the line again and missed wide. Rimmed off the boards and cleared out to center ice. Back into the Dallas zone. Hartley will get it back. Some chances, though, for Dallas on this power play. Here is Rope Hintz trying to get through a check. Rimmed around Rantanen. Back to the blue line, not held in. This just looks like Dallas is just... Looks like the Dallas Stars team we saw in the last 7 games of the regular season where they just did not look good. Rantanen to the line. Harley across. Duchesne sends it low. Johnston. Tough angle shot. Goes through the crease and back to the point for Harley. Across for Duchesne. Back for Harley again. He shoots deflected. Centering pass by Rantanen was blocked away by Makar. Everything's Rantanen has not done in this series. Cleared out of the zone again. Dallas power play, if they converted early on, could have changed this whole entire game, but instead couldn't convert. And then on their second one, they lit up a shorthanded goal. Sagan down low, save Blackwood on Granlund. Marchman gets hit along the glass by Manson. Kiviranta trying to get it free from Ben. Lindell sends it across for Sagan. Shot wide of the net. Granlund trying to get it away in a 3-on-2 shorthanded for the Avalanche. Kiviranta, Drury, just killing off the time. They'll pass it back. Manson will slap it down the length of the ice to the Stars. 15 seconds away from their third power play, not converting. And a game number 4. Shot back in from center ice. And cleared again. The Stars are 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. Back to full strength. Stars not getting a power play goal there to try to get back in the game. The effort just doesn't look like it's there. Dodonov behind the net. It's loose. Steele trying to get it. Comes free for the Avalanche. Just looks like a dominating effort. This has been a dominating effort by the Avalanche. That second period was huge. Makar goes back. Malinsky couldn't receive the pass. Blackwood trying to race with Malinsky, but Malinsky beats him to it. Makar gets it again. Natchez. Now McKinnon will shoot it back in from the blue line. Rimmed around. To the line it goes. Lindgren held it in. Off a check by Blackwell. Shot. Save made by DeSmith. And it's cleared down the length of the ice. Malinsky will get it. Bork trying to get it as well. Yep. Lehkonen along the boards. Marchment will pass it back for Petrovic. Back for Marchment again. Stretches it up into the middle. Nichushkin lost it, and Duchesne takes it away into the zone. Lost it again. Nichushkin will get it back for the He's not on the Dallas Stars anymore. For the Colorado Avalanche, Petrovic moves it up into the middle, and here come the Stars the other way. That pass is intercepted, but Duchesne gets it back. Held in by Oh, no, they said not. They said it was not held in. Faces on the Dallas Stars just say it all. They just, I don't know, a lackluster effort. Just lackluster here. They have less than 20 shots in the game. They got outshot a lot in that second period. Avs are almost at 40 shots. Stars are barely at almost at 20. Sagan, I mean, the top guys for the Dallas Stars have not converted tonight, and they haven't been able to get to the zone. Wyatt Johnston is really quiet, and that is a concern for the Dallas Stars. Wyatt Johnston was so good in the regular season. Most of these guys are really good in the offense, and the offense has just disappeared in this game number 4, and even sometimes in this series. Dodonov with the puck off the boards, deflected at center. Loose, comes free. Coyle is trying to get it away. And deflected off the glass. Lindell off the board. CC couldn't get it. Dodonov will get it now for Dallas. Game number 5 would be in Dallas, 8:30 p.m. Central. Makar will shoot it back in. Still a lot of time for Dallas, but they haven't been able to get into the Colorado zone. The Avalanche just dominating. Landeskog, the latest goal. His first goal back since June 20th of 2022. More than 1,000 days since his last goal. He gets one here tonight. Petrovic to the middle. Hintz will shoot it around. Shot by Petrovic went wide. Hintz trying to get it away. Bishop will hold it in. And then it's deflected out to center ice. Petrovic will retrieve. Stars right now lead the series 2-1, but in 13 minutes and 30 seconds, it will be gone, that series lead. So both the teams will be having series leads. Petrovic gets cross-checked. No penalty. Lindgren shoots. Blocked out in front of the net. Here comes Sam Steele, the fourth line, just trying to get some energy here. Stolen away again at center ice by Nathan McKinnon with some speed on the outside. Waiting. Looking for an option. He shoots it. Save, rebound, and it missed wide of the net. Harley will pick it up for Dallas and will clear it out to the blue line and out. Blackwell moves it up. Shoots it back in. The Avalanche of a Game 2 and 3 loss. Was expecting to push back here. They do get it. They get a 3-goal lead. They got 12 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in it to tie the series up at 2. Girard across. Shot! Save! Last year, Dallas took both the games in Colorado. Nichushkin steals it away. Sends it low. Nelson centered. Landeskog was trying to go for his second. Deflected into the netting and out of play. The Avalanche with 40 shots on goal. We'll be back. 12:26 to go. We're back, everybody. 12:26 to go. The Stars trailing by 3. The Avalanche with a huge lead here in the third period. 12:26 remaining in it. And they're 12:26 away from tying the series at 2. Mikko Rantanen McKinnon. Rantanen with 34 goals, 101 points, entering these playoffs in 81 games. This series has no goals, only 1 assist. He assisted on that game-winning goal in Game 3. This series for McKinnon, though, 4 goals, an assist. He's gotten the game winners in game number 1. He scored 2 there, scored the first goal in Game 2. He got the second goal here in game number 4. 3-goal lead for the Avalanche. Rantanen not becoming a factor in this series is very worrisome in the series, and he's one of the main storylines in this series on how he's not produced and how would he play without having McKinnon. You know, with this Dallas squad, this might be the worst game of the series for Dallas, but if you're the Avalanche, this is probably one of the best games you've had since Game 1. Coyle makes a move. Backhander. Save. It's loose. DeSmith saved it. And it continues to pour on the Avalanche offense. 12:11 to go. The third period. Stars leading the series 2-1, but the Avalanche with 3-goal lead, and they're not going to just trying to get more. DeSmith in net has made a couple of saves. They've let go of Ottinger, just resting him for, I guess, Game 4. And off the face-off one here, Lindell off the backboards. Jamie Benn will move it up for Dallas. More than 8 has passed by. Johnston trying to steal it away along the boards. Along the far boards it's fought for. Goes back for Cece. Now to Lindell. Shot. Blocked into the corner. Dodonov with the puck. Pressured from behind. He shoots. It was blocked out in front. Loose. And Nichushkin moves it up for Lindgren. Every time the Stars have just been able to try to get some offense, all the shots are getting blocked in their pressure. Landeskog on the outside, forced off the puck by Johnston, but he gets it back. Taves slaps pass across. Makar dancing the blue line, now in the circle. He shoots, and a save by DeSmith. And again, Cale Makar finding those open lanes. And the Avalanche continuing to dominate this game. They're at 42 shots. Comes a question if Miro Heiskanen's coming back in the next game of this series, because it seems like this Dallas defense needs Miro Heiskanen back. It just looks like they need it. They need Miro Heiskanen to come back in this one, in this series. He looks like he's about to be ready, but he's questionable for Game 5. Taves moves it up for Lehkonen. Centering pass deflected away. Kilmakar in this game almost has 21 minutes of time on ice. A goal and 5 shots. Rantanen on the outside. Drops it off for Lyubushkin. Rimmed all the way around. Granlund couldn't get it. Lehkonen trying to get to the puck first. Jams Harley along the boards. And it's moved up by the Avalanche. Kilmakar off the boards. At center ice, sent back in. Rantanen forced him to play the puck back into the own zone. Lyubushkin will rim it all the way around Harley. 10:40 to go in the third. Avs leading it by 3, and Stars haven't been able to push back at all in this game. Blackwell forced off the puck, gets it back at center ice. Trying to shoot it in. He's just having trouble controlling the puck, and O'Connor the other way, speeding in. Logan O'Connor is in on the outside, circles the net, gets through a check, centering pass, Coyle, or Drury. Malinsky gets taken down. Along the boards, fought for, loose. Behind the net, still fighting for it. Now in the corner it goes. Centering pass shot, went wide of the net. Lindgren at the blue line. Stars still haven't been able to clear the zone out yet. And it's cleared out. Still couldn't reach the pass from Duchesne. Malinsky. Logan O'Connor. The Avs are dominating game number 4 so far. And it's a 3-goal lead for the Avalanche. Loose along the boards, fought for. Bischel trying to get it free. Still loose along the boards. Nelson trying to get it away. 9.5 minutes to go in the third period. It's a 3-goal lead for the Avalanche. Nelson circles behind the net. Still loose along the boards. Landeskog. Gerard will send it around. Nelson. Along the boards, goes back to the point for Gerard. He shoots it through traffic. He scores! It's a 4-goal lead by the Avalanche. A low shot, and I believe Landeskog got the deflection on it, and it's his second goal of the game. And with 9:14 to go, the Stars are down by 4, their biggest deficit of this game, and ties their largest deficit of the series. The Smiths in net because they let up Ottinger to rest, I guess. And with 9:14 to go, this is not a good game for the Stars. A dominating effort by the Avalanche. And they're up by 4. Natchez. O'Connor deflected off the boards. Lindell will send it to the corner. Along the wall, CC. Loose. McKinnon. Natchez trying to get it. Lindell got tripped up, no penalty. Natchez. Lehkonen to the point. Shot from the distance. Wide of the goal. Avalanche fans loving it. Natchez, now to McKinnon along the far boards, goes back to the point. A shot from distance, blocked, loose, shot, Lehkonen, saved by the Smith. The defense of the Dallas Stars have struggled. 8:24 to go, a 4-goal lead for the Avalanche here in Game 4. We'll be back. We're back, everybody. It's a Game 4 lead with a 4-goal lead for the Colorado Avalanche, and they're looking like they're going to tie the series up. Game number 5 in Dallas, and a win here for the Avalanche will force a Game 6 here. There will be a Game 6. Either someone will be eliminated in that Game 6. The series lead is up for grabs in Game 5. And if the Avalanche continue to pour on the offense like this, they might be able to just get the series lead back. Stars looking to respond in Game 5. 45 shots to 18 in favor of the Colorado Avalanche. A big second period for the Avs. 20-plus shots in that second period. Gerard with his first goal of the playoffs. Landeskog looked like he might have deflected it maybe. But no, shot wide of the goal again. The Avalanche continue to pour it on the Stars. Wide open is McCarr, and it deflected over the net. The Smith didn't know where it was. Avalanche still pouring it on. Deflected off the boards. Bischel moves it up Granlund. Lost it at center ice, picked up there, and it's sent back in by the Avalanche. Less than 8 to go in the third period in a game where the Avalanche have dominated since the first period of play. Sagan clears it out to center ice. Gerard, the latest goal scorer, will send it back in. He passed it to O'Connor, actually, who was the first goal scorer in this one. He gets a turnover here. Drury off the post. Could have made it 5-0. Would have been the biggest deficit of the series. Along the boards, Kelly to the line. Shot by Gerard and a save by DeSmith. Wrap around Drury. Couldn't get it. Sends it for Gerard. 7 minutes to go. Avalanche still pressuring. Deflected on goal. Drury missed it. Cleared out to center. And man, oh man, there has to be some issues dealt with by Dallas. Going into the next one. Backhander denied by DeSmith. 6:43 to go in the third, and the Avalanche just continuing to pour on the offense on the Dallas Stars. They're almost at 50 shots. What a horrible game for the Dallas Stars. This has been one of the worst performances of the playoffs by the Dallas Stars. They really need to get this figured out before Game 5. 6:43 away from a tie series at 2. The Avalanche out shooting the Stars by 30 shots. Lindgren across. Malinsky shoots. Deflected and out of play with 6:35 remaining. .48 shots to 18. Third period, 6:35 remaining. Avs up by 4. McKinnon with a goal to make it 2-0 in that power play, which is controversial. Cale Makar looked like he embellished it a little bit. Put up by 2 late in the first, and then ever since then, the Stars have not been able to respond. That shorthanded goal by O'Connor. Landeskog's third goal of the game. It was the third goal of the game, and it was Landeskog who got the third goal of the game. And then the latest one was Gerard. Oettinger did not play bad tonight. The Stars played bad tonight. Oettinger gave him a chance in this game, and they couldn't take advantage of it. Dodonov on the outside, pass it across for a wide-open Marchman, who kind of settled the pass down. Less than 6 to go in a game where the Dallas Stars really have not shown up. A chance to go up 3-1, and they couldn't get it. Marchman shoots it, blocked out in front of the net. And Natchez will move it up for the Avalanche the other way. 5:45 to go in a game where the Avalanche have dominated since the puck dropping in this one. You know they were wanting to tie this series up. Last year they were down 3-1 when they lost Game 4. There's a little bit of a scrum right behind the play. Everyone's getting up behind the play. I don't know what was happening. Everyone was getting up in the crowd. I'm not sure what happened behind the play. Matt Duchene moves it in on side. Hasn't been a factor in the series. Shot blocked loose. Blackwell made a save on a chance. Duchene leaves it for Granlund. Back to Duchene. Goes back to the point. Shot by Petrovic, and it's stopped by Blackwood. Out to center for Petrovic. Granlund, cross ice, Bischel, in on the outside. Rimmed it all the way around. Duchesne goes back. Petrovic to Duchesne along the boards. Pressured by Girard. He's not been a factor in this series, Matt Duchesne. He's completely disappeared in this series, actually. And Kiviranta the other way, the former Star. Taken down. Coyle. Drouin centered. Blocked away. Bischel. Granlund now Kiviranta trying to get it away. Rantanen will flip it out to center ice. Rope hints with some speed. Turning on the Jets. He gets taken down. Probably wanted a penalty, but they're not going to call one late in a game where it's a 4-goal lead for the Avalanche and with 4 minutes to go in the third. Petrovic along the boards. Rantanen goes cross ice. Rope hints. It was actually Thomas Harley with the shot that was stopped. Harley goes back to the point again. Shoots one through traffic. Deflected wide of the net. Taves trying to get it away. Less than 4 to go. Held in by Hintz. Shot. Blocked. 2-on-1 for the Avs, but it's stolen away by Lyubushkin. They just mishandled it. Stars are gone 3 shots. Shot. On goal. Blackwood makes the save from center ice. He's .338 from a shutout. Marchment arguing about something, I'm not sure. But the Stars are down by 4 in this one in a game where the Avs have just continued to dominate. And that looked like a high stick there. Nature's high stick Marchment, they got away with it. That's... Ugh. 3:38 to go in the third period in a game where the Dallas Stars have just not looked like themselves. Harley getting out-muscled. That could have been a cross-check, but O'Connor scores on a shorthanded breakaway. McKinnon on the power play made it 2-0 with a rocket of a shot. And then a 3-goal lead. Landeskog just rips one from the high slot to make it a 3-goal lead, and then Oranger went to the bench. He's going to rest up for Game 5, obviously, in a series where we're going to be tied at 2. And then Girard from the blue line shoots it in on goal, and it's a goal to make it 4-0. And the Avs 3:38 away from a third period win and a 2-2 tie in the series. And the Stars will have to address a lot of their problems. Game 5 is less than 48 hours away as a shot was blocked into the corner. Marchment trying to get it along the wall. Chipped along the board, still loose. Marchment got taken down to the front of the net. Blackwell couldn't get it. Kelly. Now Drury moves it up. Drury hit the post. They continue to have the offense going even if they're up by like 8. Avs don't stop. Marchment along the boards. O'Connor trying to get it free. Still loose along the wall. Blackwell moves it up, and here come the Stars. Petrovic will send it in with less than 3 to go in the third. Manson throwing the body was Blackwell. Along the boards loose. Blackwell shoots, and it was blocked out in front. Manson. 2:45 to go in the third. Wyatt Johnston hasn't been a factor in the series. Matt Duchesne hasn't been a factor either. Stretch pass into the middle for Dodonov, couldn't connect. Had the goal in game number 2 to tie it. They won that game 4-3 in overtime. Stars wins have been overtime wins. Avs wins have been dominating wins. Dadonov looking. Goes cross ice. Lindell shoots it through traffic. It was stopped. Blackwood with another save. Trying to get to a shutout in the last 2:15. It's going to be an icing here on Colorado with 2:09 to go. Game 5, Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Central at American Airlines Center, and then a Game 6 will be necessary in this one on Thursday. So a 2-day break between Game 5 and 6, and then if a Game 7 is necessary in this series, it'll be on Saturday at American Airlines Center in Dallas. It's going to be the best of 3. First round series between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. This series is going to be tied at 2. We're 2:09 away from it. Face-off 1. Stars win, and then no, never mind. Linesman says, no, you're not. Reset the clock back to 2:09. In a game where the Colorado Avalanche have just dominated. This is just, it's insane. 2 games where they just look frustrated. You'd think the Stars would just have them between their grasp, and it looked like they were going to get something going, but the Avs weren't not going to go away easily. Granlund driving to the goal. A penalty upcoming. Rope hints. Ceci, delayed penalty. Centered. Shot. Lindell. Rebound off the outside of the net. Rantanen. Touched up by Lindgren. A power play for Dallas with 1:39 to go. And the 4th power play chance of the series for the Dallas Stars, or at least in this game at least. Granlund was driving to the goal and Lindgren was just holding on to him, and you can't do that. 1:39 to go in the 3rd. Dallas is going to get a power play here. Maybe they break the shutout of Blackwood. We will see. Lindgren in the box for a penalty. Stars are down by 4. There's no way Stars scored 4 goals in 1:39. It'd be the most miraculous comeback that we will ever see in playoff history. If that ever happened, but it's not going to happen. No way it doesn't. It does not happen. They're putting the 2nd power play unit out here. Ben, Sagan, Marchment, Granlund, and Thomas Harley. Face-off 1 by the Avalanche, Manson. And to the blue line, it's held in. Down low for Granlund. To the point again. Harley, back for Granlund. Back for Harley. He shoots through traffic. It was blocked out in front. Cleared out of the zone. 1:20 to go in game number 4, where the Avs are going to win this one 4-0. Maybe potentially 4-1. The Stars get one here on this power play. That deflected, so no icing. Gerard will look to clear it off along the boards. Marchment 0 for 3 on the power play. Dallas, if they scored on those early power play chances, this could have been a very different game. Cleared out of the zone, less than a minute to go. In game number 4, where the Stars get dominated by the Colorado Avalanche. Crowd rising to their feet at Ball Arena. Wyatt Johnston with the puck. Into the zone. He's in. He shoots, and a save by Blackwood. Found some open room, and then Johnston gets taken up with Taves. Oh, my. Kelly's throwing some punches. A takedown there on Taves is getting physical late in game 4. And we'll see if we see this in game 5. Setting the tone maybe for the next game. Wow. Well, this is a way to close out a game. Just get physical at the end. Mikko Rantanen in the pile of it. And the Avs fans taunting him. 38.9 left to go in the 3rd. See if we get any penalties on that. I don't know why they were mad. Johnston just, I guess, turned on the Jets. Okay. Not sure. 38.9 to go. Just fights everywhere. Colorado with 38.9 to go in the 3rd period. Johnson's going to the penalty box. 4-on-4 for a minute. But there's only 38.9 remaining. Jamie Benn's arguing about it, but, I mean, the game's basically over at this point. 47-23, shots favoring the Avalanche. A 4-goal lead, a 4-0 win. Rantanen arguing with the other referee. Still a delay on the ice here. The Avs are going to even the series up at 2. A dominating effort by the Avalanche. And this series will be tied, going back to Dallas for Game 5 on Monday night. A Dallas team that looked like they were riding the momentum going into Game 4, winning 2 straight, will lose Game 4, and the Avalanche get the momentum back in the series. Manson looking, shot, stopped by DeSmith. Last 30 seconds in the third period. Listen to this crowded Ball Arena. Malinsky moves it in on the outside, rimmed it all the way around. Bishop lays a check along the boards. Drury along the far side. 15 to go. Manson out to center. They'll just kill off the time here. This series will be tied going to Dallas for a game number 5. This series is tied at 2 apiece. A shutout by Mackenzie Blackwood, his first career playoff shutout, his 4th ever playoff game, 23 saves on 23 shots. The Stars have a lot to address here. A Game 4 loss. A series that's tied at 2, the best of 3 Western Conference quarterfinals. For Max, we'll see you next time as the Avalanche with a huge win in the series. They win this one 4-0 in Game 4. Good night, everybody.